Smart controlled power sockets, like these, have been around for years, and they are one of the most useful smart devices for any home to have. They come in all shapes and sizes, and are now a device that is pretty much available from any smart home device manufacturer. And just one of those smart home device manufacturers is Sonoff. And this here is one of their smart controlled power sockets, the S26. If you have never heard of or used a smart controlled power socket like this before, then you may be thinking, what advantage would owning a device like this be for you? Well, you're in luck, because in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to show you. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello and welcome to the channel, and I hope you like today's video. If you like smart home and automotive technology content, then hit that subscribe button, because that's what you're going to see on this channel. Now, just before I start today's video, if you follow this channel, you will immediately notice that things are looking very different. I am currently experimenting with a new background and lighting and microphone and a few other things as well, as I'm trying to give the channel a new look. So hopefully you like it, and hopefully after editing this video, I do as well. So this new look may or may not be permanent. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on this Wi-Fi smart socket from Sonoff. Sonoff call this their S26 model. This particular model I have here is actually the S26 TPIAU, which is designed to suit the power outlets for the Australia and New Zealand markets. However, this device can be purchased to suit many other countries all over the world as well, such as the US, UK, Brazil, and more. A smart controlled power socket like this is not only a very easy smart device to set up, but it's also incredibly useful because it has the ability to take virtually any mains powered device and convert it into a smart controlled device. So any appliance such as a table lamp or a power tool that you physically turn on and off with a manual switch can now, using a device like this, be turned on and off remotely, the smart way. This smart power socket connects to your smart home over a Wi-Fi connection. It's very easy to set up and control, and that can be done either by using the on-off switch here on the front, or by using the app or voice control. Of course, it can also be controlled using other smart devices in your smart home as well, again by either using the app, or you can set up scenes and automations. And just like all other smart controlled power sockets, you can also control it using schedules and timers. So you can get an appliance such as, for example, your electric toothbrush charger to start charging your electric toothbrush every day at exactly the same time, and then after an hour or so it can automatically switch off the charger without you even having to be at home at all. Now, since I mentioned voice control, yes, it is supported by Google and Alexa, and it works well. It's for Apple HomeKit. Using something like Homebridge or similar to that might be an option, as directly it's not supported, but there are ways around that. I personally have not tried, as I am not really a HomeKit user. It will work on any power supply voltage from 100 to 240 volts AC, and this one in particular is rated at 10 amps at 2200 watts. There is actually another more updated version available as well, which is the S26R2 model, and it also has higher current rating capabilities as well, up to 16 amps. This does vary though, dependent on the country it's designed for. This version, which can also be referred to as the S26R1, is an affordable device to buy as well. At the time of this review, it cost about $18, and because they are so useful to have, I purchased 2 of them for my smart home. As for the size, it's not too bad. In regards to the width, it measures 104 millimeters by 73 by 55, and in a dual power socket outlet like this one, you can plug something else in next to it, such as this extension cord with its small thin plug, but only just. If the extension cord's plug was any bigger, it would not fit. This has always been a very common problem with a lot of mains powered devices, but it can also be designed thinner to prevent this problem from happening. And it has been done, such as in the last review I did for a smart power socket adapter, which was this one here from Arlec. Notice the thinner body design. The Sonoff S26 though is a high quality design, and it's been built with safety in mind, as the plastic body of it is fire retardant, and that is of course important. Pairing the device to the eRelink app is simple to do, and to do that you just hold down the on-off switch here for 7 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until it enters pairing mode, to which the green light here will start to flash 3 times every second, like this. Then after a minute or so, it will have been paired to the app. There are a lot of options when it comes to choosing a smart power socket adapter. Most of the smart home device manufacturers have at least one version available, but this one here, being Sonoff, you know is going to be reliable. When you have the device paired and set up, there are a lot of ways you can control it, especially with automations. So let's try some. So here on my table I have my Ryobi battery charger that I'm just using for testing, and I have the Sonoff S26 plugged into an extension cord, just so it's easier to see everything together on the table. So I'm going to start by plugging the battery charger into the S26. And now this is my Sonoff smart button. And by using an automation that I have set up in the EWE-Link app, I can now turn the S26 on when I press the smart button once, like this. And the battery charger turns on. And then I can turn it off again by pressing the smart button twice, like that. So let's try that one more time. Okay, so that's one way you could use the S26 smart power socket. But now let's try something else. And by the way, if you want to know more about the Sonoff smart button, you will find a review for it on the channel. You can also use any other smart switch inside your smart home as well to control the S26. So for example, my Zemi Smart touch switch here, I can use that to turn on and off the S26 as well. So if I press the button once, S26 turns on and the battery starts charging. If I press it again, S26 turns off. Now let's try something more creative. Of course, using a smart switch or button is not the only way to control the Sonoff S26 smart power socket when using an automation. You can also get it to turn on and off when another device in your smart home does something as well. So for example, this time I have set up an automation using the Alexa app. So when I ask Alexa to open my door, she will also turn on my table lamp, which I now have plugged into my S26 power socket. And when I ask her to close the door again, she will turn off the table lamp. Alexa will also notify me that she is doing this. So let's try it out. Alexa, can you please open the door?
Got it. I am now opening the door. I will also turn on the table lamp that is connected to the Sonoff S26 power socket as requested.
Great job. Alexa, can you please close the door again?
Okay, I am now closing the door. The table lamp connected to the Sonoff S26 power socket will also be turned off.
Okay, and now for one last example. I currently have my Ryobi battery charger plugged into my S26 power socket again, and it's charging my battery, as you can see. Now with the scheduled automation I've just set up using Google, at 5:50 PM the battery charger will turn off and Google will then confirm this for me. So let's see how well this works.
Attention, the time is now 5:50 PM. So as requested from you, the battery charger has now been turned off.
And the battery charger is off. Thanks Google. Now if you want to use the Sonoff S26 power socket as a separate standalone device away from the rest of your smart home, then you can do that. And the EWE-Link also does offer some of its own features to use, such as it has its built-in schedule feature, its built-in timer feature, and it also has a built-in loop timer feature as well. Now one thing I love about the EWE-Link app, which will work with most of the Sonoff devices, is the built-in camera feature. This feature is great if you also want to visually monitor what the Sonoff S26 is controlling. So for example, I'll connect to my Sonoff cam now. And as you can see, the hood on my car is up. And that's because I'm currently charging the battery up in the car. And I have the car battery charger connected to the Sonoff S26 power socket. I have set up an automation to turn the battery charger off automatically in 2 hours. Now, generally speaking, I definitely do not recommend putting your car's battery on charge and then leaving home while it's charging. This can be very dangerous and result in a serious fire hazard. But I'm just using this as an example. So with the Sonoff EWLink app, you can monitor and control the S26 from anywhere. So if, for example, the battery charger did not turn off after 2 hours, for whatever reason, you can turn it off yourself through the app. And you also have peace of mind that everything such as the car itself is safe, because you can see what's happening in real time with the live camera view. There are lots of security related scenarios where this feature would be really useful, but of course, to be able to use this feature you do need to be using a Sonoff camera, which if you're interested in, you will find a review for on this channel. Okay, and now I am out of ideas of how I could demonstrate this device to you any further. It is just a smart power socket after all, so it's a pretty simple device, but it's also a very good one, an extremely reliable one. If you know me, you know I am a big fan of Sonoff and their products, and very rarely do they make a product I dislike or can fault. The only thing in my personal opinion that I think would make this product even better is if it had at least one USB charging port built into it. This would be extremely useful, as these days virtually everything is charged through USB. But apart from that, if you're looking for a really good quality smart power socket that will be reliable, then this one ticks all the boxes. The EWLink app does also have a feature that will allow you to turn the network status here on the front of the power socket on or off. So I'll try and do that now. And that should be off there, yep. So this is also great because not always do you want the network status LED on in standby mode. Anyway guys, that's how the Sonoff S26 power socket works. And there are a few examples of how you can use it. You can of course just purchase the device through Sonoff themselves, but I will also put another link down below for you. If you have the time, please let me know what you think of the new background and lighting setup that you're looking at right now. Do you like it? Do you hate it? How can I improve it? I would like to hear any of your feedback. And that now brings us to the end of another video, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video or you found it helpful, then please like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel, where you can watch even more videos, which I upload every week, and I hope to see you all in the next video.